What's happening, YouTube? It's Simon466 Cards, and today we're going to try to find the bottom of the Ultra Sports Card market. On your screen is former hobby darling, and if you want to get drunk, drink every time you hear that phrase in this video. You have former hobby darling Trae Young, his Panini Prism base rookie card in a PSA 10, pop 12K, selling for $30. $30. And to me, to borrow a stock market term, that says the market has capitulated. It has given up on this card because of the player, but also more because of the pop count. 12K, it's too many. Basically, it can be had for $30, and there's not much more further it can go. Like, could it go down to 25, 20? Sure, but like, for dollar amounts, it's basically saying this is a card for, like, this is the bottom of the low end now. Like, and so could it go down to 20? Sure, but like, for all intents and purposes, it's never getting back up anywhere. It's not going to go up from here. I don't see it going up to, like, back to 50 as an example, right? And so to me, this is market capitulation on this card. It has given up. Nobody is thinking about this as an investable or collectible card because of the pop count. There's nothing collectible about it. What's interesting is the silver prism is, where is it here? Did I skip it? Here it goes. It's still at $210, $215. The multiplier here from 30 to 210 is 7x, right? But a couple of years ago, the multiplier between a base and a silver was 5x. So it's interesting that the market has given up on the base card, but it's still holding on to the silver card. And as a result, the multiplier between the base and the silver has expanded to a 7x. Moving along to former hobby darling drink is Zion Williamson. His Prism base PSA 10 pop of over 22,000, or it doesn't matter if it's 22,000 or 30,000 or a million, like, it's so many, still holding in there at $68, which is kind of surprising to me. I think this is headed to the Trae Young territory of under $50, probably closer to 30. So I think there's still more to go on this card. What again is interesting here is if you go to the silver, this is $67, $68 at the base. The silver is still hanging in at $585, so about a, what is that, 70? So like about an 8x, a little bit over 8x multiplier between the base and the silver. Again, formerly it had been closer to 5x. So it is almost done giving up, but not quite on the base, and as a result, the multiplier has expanded. Let's now move on to another former hobby darling. Oops, looks like it's Trae Young here. It should be John Morant. Let me change that here. Former hobby darling, right around the Zion card of $68. Again, pop a bajillion, doesn't matter. This card is not collectible in any way, shape, or form because the pop is too high. As a result, it's gone to $67, $68. The silver is very similar to the Zion. It's hanging in there at around 500. So this multiplier is around 7x for the John Morant, and suggests, again, the differentiation between the base and the silver. Now let's look at the Luka. Former hobby darling, perhaps still current hobby darling, it seems like, based off of this, right? Despite having a 19K pop count, it's still selling for $210. This has absolutely nothing to do with how good or not good Luka is as a player. It has everything to do with the supply and demand, specifically the supply, close to 20,000. There's just not enough of a market to sustain that price. And as a result, I think it's going to the Trae-based territory, the Zion, the Ja-based territory. Even if Luka plays well, like, there's just no scenario where this card with this pop count has any value. And as a result, I think it'll be sub $100. If we look at the Luka Silver, it's at $1,400. So relative to the base, the multiplier here is about a 6 and change x. So it's not yet at that Trae, Zion, Ja level. And I think that is my sign that the ultra modern market has capitulated and has basically reached its bottom. It's when the Luca multiplier for the base to the silver reaches that 7x territory of the tray, the Zion, and the jaw. And it's when the Luca card, the Luca base card in a PSA 10 goes under $100. Probably under 75 if we're going to be honest. But like under 100 is when I will start perking my ears up and saying, oh, okay, we're getting close here, guys. What are we doing? And then that's when I'll start looking around to see what the prices look like. Realistically, though, I'm probably not going to buy anything unless the Luca gets under 75, maybe closer to the $50 territory. But under 100, so another 50% drop from here is when I will start poking around and thinking about looking to see what's available in the ultra modern market. That does not mean that I will be looking to buy a Luca base card or a Luca silver prism card. That just means I will be looking to buy ultra modern when it hits that price. What that I will actually buy is definitely not a Luca base or any type of base card or any type of silver card for that matter. But that's when I will get interested, is when this Luca card reaches sub $100. Here's another way to think about it. Luca, 0 MVPs, 0 championships, just a lot of hobby love, hobby darling. His market cap for this Prism base card, which is, again, market cap is just price times pop, is $4 million. His silver is $3 million because the decrease in pop is offset by the increase in price. So 3 to 4 million for his silver and base in a PSA 10. 3 to 4 million. LeBron, with all of his titles and MVPs and accolades, is at 11 million. Zion. Luka should not be 4x, less than 4x what a LeBron is. Like their accomplishments, their accolades, they're not comparable at all. Luka still has another 13, 14 years to go before he even comes close to that, right? Because, on top of LeBron also being the scoring champion, right? So there's so much more to go on these Luka cards. And so that is the signal that I'm looking for. It's when there's full market capitulation on these Luka cards, specifically his Prism base. $200 is still insane given the pop count. And until I see at least another 50% drop below $100, realistically probably in the $50 to $75 range, is when finally I think I will be able to declare market capitulation, bottom has been reached on ultra modern. But until we hit that point, I am still staying away from almost all ultra modern cards. As we always do on the channel, previewing the next video, I'm going to talk about why focusing on hobby positivity or negativity is illogical and doesn't make any sense to me. So we'll talk about that next time. As always, thank you for listening and watching, and I will talk to you all soon. Cheers.